40 degrees above average. That is what Omaha, Nebraska is about to hit this Friday. 40 degrees. And if you think that sounds crazy, wait until you hear what comes next. Because right now, 2 winter storms are lining up to slam the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. And right behind them, a pattern flip so dramatic it could kick off severe weather season weeks ahead of schedule. If you live anywhere east of the Rockies, you need to hear this. Now, here is the deal. I am going to break down exactly when these storms hit, who gets snow, who gets ice, who gets dangerous flooding, and which 70-plus cities need to start preparing right now. But stick with me to the 5-minute mark, because that is where I am going to reveal the pattern shift that could reshape the next 3 weeks of weather across the entire country. Most people are not talking about this yet. You are going to hear it here first. So let us start with what is happening right now. A frontal system is draped across the southeast. Rain is falling from Raleigh down through Columbia into the Atlanta metro. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., all getting rain as we speak. Up in Michigan near Traverse City and Marquette, snow is already flying. That is today, Thursday, February 26th. But here is the thing. This is just the appetizer. Storm number 1 rolls in Saturday night into Sunday. Here is your timing. If you are in Des Moines, Iowa, snow starts developing Saturday evening. By Sunday morning, that band of snow stretches through Chicago, Bloomington, Springfield, Illinois, and into southern Michigan. Indianapolis, you are looking at a wintry mix hitting around midday Sunday. Cincinnati, Louisville, the Ohio River Valley, expect snow and ice mixing in by Sunday afternoon. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Columbus, that mess arrives Sunday evening into overnight. Now here is what nobody tells you. This storm is sneaky. The models keep going back and forth, but one thing is consistent. There is a freezing rain zone that sets up somewhere between Kansas City and Richmond, Virginia. And freezing rain is the silent disaster. An ice storm does not look dramatic on radar, but a 1/4 inch of ice on power lines, that takes down trees. That knocks out electricity for days. The areas I am watching closest for ice: St. Louis, Louisville, Lexington, Eastern Kentucky, Charleston, West Virginia, and the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. If you are in any of those places, charge your devices this weekend. Make sure you have flashlights. Do not wait. Round 2 hits Monday into Tuesday. This is when the Northeast gets involved. Snow develops across Pennsylvania Monday morning. Philadelphia, you could see flakes mixing in by Monday afternoon. New York City, snow or a wintry mix arrives Monday evening. Boston, Providence, Hartford, you are looking at snow starting overnight Monday into early Tuesday. The farther north you go, Burlington, Vermont, Concord, New Hampshire, Portland, Maine, the better chance this stays all snow. The farther south, more of a mix that could flip to rain. But wait, here is the twist. This is not a blockbuster nor Easter. The system stays suppressed. It does not curl up the coast like a classic storm. So the heaviest snow bands stay relatively narrow. We are probably talking 2 to 4 inches for most of the Interstate 95 corridor, maybe locally higher in the mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire, but the real impact is the Monday morning commute. If you are driving in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, or Massachusetts on Monday morning, plan for a slower drive. Give yourself an extra 30 to 45 minutes. Let me run through more cities real quick so nobody gets left out. Denver, you are 36 degrees above average Friday. Enjoy that warmth because it does not last. Omaha, 40 above normal. Topeka, same story. Kansas City, warm Friday, then a sharp drop by Sunday. Minneapolis, St. Paul, you get clipped by the northern edge of storm one Saturday night. Milwaukee, a few inches possible Sunday. Detroit, wintry mix Sunday into Monday. Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Utica, snow showers Sunday night into Monday. Albany could see a coating Monday morning. Washington, D.C., a mix late Sunday into Monday. Mostly rain, but some ice is possible. Richmond, Virginia, right on that rain-snow line, so your forecast flips depending on which model you trust. Down south, Nashville, you get heavy rain, not snow. Memphis, same thing, all rain. Birmingham, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Tampa, you are on the warm side. Charlotte, Raleigh, mostly rain, but a brief icy mix is possible in the foothills and mountains of North Carolina. Knoxville, Asheville, watch for some ice accumulation. Now, here is where things get really interesting. Do not skip this part. Remember I promised you a pattern flip at the 5-minute mark? Here it is, and it is a big one.
Right now, we have been stuck in a pattern with warm air in the west and cold air in the east. That is about to completely reverse. By March 5th, a massive ridge of high pressure builds into the eastern United States. Meanwhile, a deep trough digs into the Rockies. Cold air crashes into the west, warm air surges into the east, and where those two air masses collide, that is where the fireworks happen. Let that sink in. By March 8th, temperatures across the eastern two-thirds of the country will be 20 to 30 degrees above average. We are talking 60s and 70s from Dallas to Washington, D.C. New York City could hit the mid-60s, Boston in the upper 50s, Minneapolis in the 50s, Chicago feeling like early May, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama highs near 80. And here is the part that should grab your attention. All that snow that falls this weekend, it melts fast, really fast. And that snow melt combined with what is about to come creates a flooding setup that could get dangerous. Starting Wednesday, March 4th, a deep trough ejects into the plains. Thunderstorms erupt from Dallas northward through Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Little Rock, Springfield, Missouri, all the way to Chicago. By Thursday, that heavy rain spreads east to Nashville, Louisville, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Columbus, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. This is not a quick hit. This is multiple rounds of heavy thunderstorms over 3 to 4 days. The Weather Prediction Center is already flagging this. The hot zone for heavy rain runs from Oklahoma City northeast to Indianapolis, Springfield, Missouri to Jonesboro, Arkansas, Kansas City to Nashville. 2 to 4 inches of rain is the baseline. Some spots could see 5 or 6 inches, on top of snowmelt, on top of already saturated ground. And there is actually a silver lining buried in all this rain. See that drought map across parts of Missouri, Arkansas, and the Tennessee Valley? A lot of that drought is about to get wiped out. So the rain is needed. The problem is when you get 2 months worth of rain in 4 days, needed or not, the ground cannot handle it. And here is the kicker. The Storm Prediction Center is also highlighting this same time frame, Wednesday through Friday of next week, for organized severe weather. We are talking hail, damaging winds, and yes, possibly tornadoes. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, all in the crosshairs. This could be the first real severe weather outbreak of 2026. Now, I know some of you are in the West and thinking, what about us? Fair question. Portland, Seattle, you stay relatively quiet this week, but cooler air is moving in by next week. San Francisco, Los Angeles, temperatures drop, but nothing extreme. Phoenix, Tucson, Albuquerque, you actually get pulled into that western trough, so expect below average temperatures by mid next week. Denver, Boise, Salt Lake City, a roller coaster, warm now, then a significant cool down after March 5th. Anchorage, Fairbanks, you are doing your own thing up there as always. So let me put this all together for you. Here is your timeline. Friday, February 27th, record warmth across the central United States. Enjoy it Saturday night through Monday. Winter storm impacts from Iowa through the Ohio Valley into the Northeast. Ice concerns from Kansas City to Richmond. Travel disruptions Monday morning along the Interstate 95 corridor, Tuesday through Wednesday. Brief warm-up in the east. The pattern begins to flip. Wednesday, March 4th through Friday, March 7th. Heavy rain and thunderstorms erupt across the southern plains and Tennessee Valley. Severe weather threat ramps up. Flash flooding becomes a real danger from Oklahoma to Ohio, March 8th and beyond. Widespread spring-like warmth in the east. But the active pattern keeps rolling. More storms likely through mid-March. Now, here is what I need from you. Drop a comment right now and tell me where you are watching from. I want to know which city, which state, because in our next video, I am going to drill down into the specific severe weather zones for next week, city by city, and I want to make sure your area is covered. The more you tell me, the better forecast I can give you. And speaking of next video, here is a little preview. The European ensembles are showing this active pattern not just lasting a few days, but potentially extending deep into mid-March. We could be looking at the most active start to severe weather season in years. I am going to break down the tornado probabilities, the hail risks, and the exact regions that need to be on highest alert. You do not want to miss that one.
One last thing. This matters. If this storm affects your area, take it seriously, but do not panic. Charge your phones, stock up on water, make sure your weather alerts are turned on. Check on your neighbors, especially anyone elderly or living alone. That is how we get through these things together. Stay safe out there. Be smart, be ready, be prepared, and I will see you in the next